Welcome back. One final point before we go tonight. A surprise movie broke the top 10 at the box office this weekend. I'm not going to tell you the title yet. This movie, the radical left tried everything they could to stop you from hearing this story. And I have proof the left did everything they could to stop this movie. I'm going to show you the evidence for yourself, and then I want you to ask yourself, what is the left so scared of me seeing that they're willing to go to these extremes to stifle and censor this story? Here are the 9 ways the liberal media tried to hide the truth about Gosnell, the untold story of America's most prolific serial killer. Number 1, this is a true story. During the trial for abortion doctor Kermit Gosnell, who was convicted of murder, this is the courtroom. Notice the empty benches. They're empty because none of the mainstream media showed up. The liberal media refused to cover this story because they believed it reflected badly on abortion. Until J.D. Mullane, Kirsten Powers, and a whole bunch of us on Twitter forced the mainstream media to cover this. Number 2, after Gosnell was convicted of murder for killing 3 babies who were born alive during botched abortions, he snipped their necks with scissors. The judge who presided over the trial sued the journalist who wrote this book, the pro-abortion journalist who told the true story of how this happened. The judge sued the journalist to try to make sure that he wasn't painted in a bad light, and neither was abortion. Number 3, the New York Times then kept the book off the bestseller list, even though the sales were enormous. Number 4, Kickstarter refused to allow the journalist who wrote the book to use Kickstarter to crowdfund to raise money to make a film about the trial. Why, Kickstarter? Why wouldn't you want this project to use your platform? Number 5, after the movie was made, Planned Parenthood pressured a hotel in Texas to cancel a screening of the movie because Planned Parenthood was hosting a fundraiser and didn't want the negative attention. The hotel caved and canceled the screening. Number 6, NPR refused to allow the filmmakers to use the words abortion doctor in ads for the movie, even though NPR journalists had described Gosnell as an abortion doctor in the past. Number 7, Facebook wouldn't let the filmmakers promote posts and run ads for this movie on their platform, as if this movie is anywhere close to as gruesome or twisted as half of the nasty stuff Hollywood puts out all the time. This movie is rated PG-13. Number 8, the radical left accused the lead actor, Dean Cain, of being a homophobe because Cain spoke at the Value Voters Summit, and the summit is sponsored by the Family Research Council, who supports traditional marriage. So that, according to the left, makes Dean Cain a homophobe? Are you kidding? Number 9, Gosnell, the untold story of America's most prolific serial killer, broke the top 10 at the box office this weekend, and the mainstream media didn't even mention it. Again, ask yourself, why? What's the mainstream media so afraid will happen if you see this movie? So afraid they're actively trying to stifle it and keep you from seeing this true story. Name one other movie the media has stifled. A true story about a convicted murderer, a serial killer. Ask yourself why, and then go see the movie. If the left is this scared, there's something in that movie worth seeing. Go to gosnellmovie.com to find out where you can view it. And that is my final point. You can reach me on Twitter at Liz_Wheeler. If you liked the show, please send me an email at oann.com/contact. In the meantime, catch us here tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern. And until then, have a good night.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One American News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One American News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.